in the years to come. I thank you, Father, and I pray in Christ Jesus' name. Amen.
For this Class AA championship game, let's welcome the Williamson Wolfpack. Let's welcome the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Introducing Williamson head coach David Hatfield. Greenbrier West head coach John Estep. For Williamson, assistant coaches Kurt Fletcher and Craig Smith. For Greenbrier West, assistant coach Gary Sawyers. The support staff for Williamson, Heather Dameron, Danielle Watson, and Robin Williamson. The Lions Club host for Williamson is Mike McVeigh. Lions Club host for Greenbrier West, Rat Thom Jr. And now introducing the squads. For Williamson, number 30 is Kevin Williams. For Greenbrier West, number 14, Josh Odell. For the Wolfpack, number 22, Thad Allred. For the Cavaliers, number 12, Justin Gunder. For Williamson, wearing number 40, Philip Watson. For Greenbrier West, wearing number 11, Joe Whitlow. For the Wolfpack, number 23 is Stephen Watson. For the Cavaliers, number 10, Bobby Gum. For Williamson, number 21, J.J. Warren. For Greenbrier West, number 22, Claude Bevins. For the Wolfpack, number 32, Jason Cather. For the Cavaliers, 24, Mike Gabbert. For the Wolfpack, number 10 is Lawrence Wilkerson. For the Cavaliers, 21, Jay Reed. And now the starting lineups. For Williamson, a 6'1 junior, number 34, Robbie Marudas. For Greenbrier West, 6'2 junior, number 13, Jerry Robertson. For the Wolfpack, 6'5 senior, number 3, Joe Stafford. For the Cavaliers, 6'2.5 junior, number 20, Jason Gwynn. For Williamson, 5'10 a senior, number 4, Doug Jackson. For Greenbrier West, 6'5 a senior, number 25, Steve Vaughn. For the Wolfpack, a 5'8 senior, number 14, Brett Morgan. For the Cavaliers, 6'4 senior, number 15, Clyde Bevins. And for Williamson, 6'3 senior, number 44, Michael Hagee. And for Greenbrier West, 6'3 senior, number 23, Chris Vaughn. We ask you to please stand now for the singing of our national anthem by Hart's High School student Jennifer Mitchell.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's
It's game time. The tip-off in 1 minute after we hear this message from Morgantown Physical Therapy Associates.
Some of the athletes in this year's high school tournament are on the court because state-of-the-art sports medicine care has kept them in action. The Sports Medicine Institute in Morgantown provides care for these young athletes as well as active people who need professional care. To all the young men we're following today, best of luck from the people at Morgantown Orthopedic Associates and Morgantown Physical Therapy Associates. Call 599-2515.
The College of West Virginia, formerly Beckley College, is poised on the cutting edge of higher education. With 2-year and 4-year degree programs designed for a market-driven economy, the College of West Virginia is looking for students who want a solid education. For a free music videotape which tells about the College of West Virginia, send $3.50 shipping and handling to CWV Video, Box AG, Beckley, West Virginia. That's CWV Video, Box AG, Beckley, West Virginia. Now accepting applications for summer and fall. The College of West Virginia, degrees ahead of the rest.
This copyrighted broadcast is made under exclusive rights granted to the Metro News Radio Network by the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. Any rebroadcast, publication, or use of the accounts or description of this game without the express written consent of the Metro News Radio Network is prohibited. Once again, from the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, here's Fred Persinger.
The officials, John Wooten and Pat Frigill, ready to go with this one. Basketball in the air, tip controlled by the Wolfpack of Williamson High. Doug Jackson takes it down. Across the timeline, he brings the basketball. They travel right to left over the far side. They'll work the basketball. Joe Stafford dumps it down low. Robbie Marudas takes it up, misses the shot. Rebound cleared by Greenbrier West. High in the air was Clyde Bevins. Bevins quickly gets it up the floor. Jason Gwynn down low inside. They were going to go on the far side. Devon stolen away by Stafford of Williamson High School up the floor. Stafford gets the bounce pass. Michael Hagee along the baseline. Shot wasn't fall, and the rebound cleared by West. Steve Vaughn, the bigger of the two Vaughn twins, pulls down the rebound. High on the circle, Jerry Robertson over the right side. They'll go to Gwynn, inside to Bevins, driving to the lane. Shot won't fall. Gwynn with the rebound. He scores.
Nice job by Gwynn that time, Fred, going to the glass. That was a concern of Wolfpack head coach Dave Hatfield earlier. He wanted his team to block out. They didn't do it that time.
2-0 your score. Greenbrier West on top. Williamson has the basketball. Doug Jackson, the 6-foot senior point guard. To Brett Morgan on the right wing, holding it high over his head. They want to go either to Stafford or to Hagee. They'll take certainly Marudas. All three are great scorers. They get it to Marudas on the left wing. Back it goes cross court into the hands of Joe Stafford. Stafford, couple of dribbles on the right side, pulls up on the dribble, now sends it over on the far side to Brett Morgan. Morgan, a 6-foot senior who has done a great job for head coach David Hatfield. Scores 7 points on the season. He gets it to Doug Jackson. Jackson inside the paint. They go to Marudas, making the move to the right side, takes it off the glass. No good, but the rebound, or the whistle rather, going to be called against the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Jerry Robertson will pick up the personal.
Early on, West in a man-on-man defense. An interesting matchup to watch will be Clyde Bevins taking on Joe Stafford.
At the free throw line to our left is Robbie Marudas, a 6'1 junior. Averages 15 points a game, had 13 in the quarterfinal, had 9 in the semifinal. He has his first one here. To get here today, Williamson beat Bridgeport 84-63 and Buffalo Wayne 73-51. And Robbie Marudas ties this game at 2 as he makes both free throws. And now the pressure defense from Williamson. Jerry Robertson breaks it in a pass up the floor to Clyde Bevins. Bevins with the basketball, works it back out top, gets it to Robertson. Robertson sends it over the left side to Jason Gwynn, picked up man-to-man by Robbie Marudas. On the dribble, they'll bring the pass over to Robertson on the right wing. Robertson drives around Morgan, takes it in, misses the layup. On the rebound, we got a jump ball. It belongs to Greenbrier West. Good job inside by Clyde Bevins. He reached in to tie up Joe Stafford. Greenbrier West will get it in. They do to Gwynn. Turns, shoots, scores. Nice play by Jason Gwynn. He has all 4 of the Cavalier points. They lead it by 2, 4-2, 5:55 left in quarter number 1. Opening quarter for this Class AA state title game from the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Outside jumper for 3. No good by Stafford. Rebound tipped out long to Jackson. He'll take it in. Tried to dump it down low. Pass knocked loose. Give it back to Jackson. He sends it to Hagee. Baseline on the right side. Good. Michael Hagee has 2. We're tied at 4. 5:35 left in quarter number 1. Basketball loose on the floor. Credit that to the defensive pressure of Williamson. They steal the basketball, and then Marudas throws it away. was going to take the shot. He was only 2 feet in front of the basket, decided to dump it low on the left side to Jackson a little too hard. It went out of bounds.
Last time down, Robertson tried to dribble through the press and got it knocked away. He'll have to try to pass it over the press.
Again, the pressure, but the foul's going to be called on Brett Morgan, a tripping foul on Morgan. First personal of the afternoon on Brett. Team foul number 1. And again, you give it out to the Cavaliers, trying to break this pressure of the Williamson Wolfpack. They get it into Chris Vaughn, back to Robertson now. Down the right side of the floor, Jason Quinn brings the basketball. It's going to be lost out of bounds, last touching Quinn. Again, credit the pressure, that time by Doug Jackson. 5:15 left first period. We're tied at 4. The Wolfpack has not led in this basketball game so far. They look to take the lead. This trip down. Jackson, top of the circle. Yo-yos the basketball. Watched man-to-man there by Jason Quinn. He'll move it over to Morgan on the left side. Back it comes. Top of the key to Joe Stafford on the far side to Jackson in the paint. They work it to Marutis. Bounce pass. Back out on the left wing. Stafford for 3. No good. Rebound tipped around. Tipped by Greenbrier West. Picked up, though, by Jackson of Williamson. His shot won't go. Rebound to Hagee. His shot won't go, and this time the Cavaliers clear it. Jason Quinn pulls it down, gets it over to Jerry Robertson. Robertson will get it across the timeline. Some light pressure by Brett Morgan. He gets by that, sends the pass to Steve Vaughn. Baseline jumper right side, no good. Rebound cleared by Williamson. Got a reach-in foul call on Chris Vaughn. Chris Vaughn will pick up his first personal foul. Team foul number 2. Give it out to the Wolfpack. 4:30 left in the first period. We're tied at 4. And defense has been the story so far in this one, especially for Williamson. Some good pressure defense really bothering Greenbrier West. Top of the circle, Morgan. They go to Hagee. He tried to dump it down low inside. Basketball knocked loose. Picked up by Greenbrier West. And then it was kicked by Doug Jackson. It'll belong to the Cavaliers. Jason Gwynn, the inbounder, gets it in to Chris Vaughn. Back it comes to Jason Gwynn on the right side. Cross court, the pass stolen away by Williamson's Joe Stafford. He goes to the floor, loses it, picked up by West. They get it into Vaughn. They got an offensive foul. Big Steve Vaughn literally ran over Doug Jackson, and they call a foul.
And West still having problems, Fred, breaking that pressure. That time an ill-advised pass, and Stafford easily had it picked off, but then he lost the ball, and West picked it up.
Vaughn's first personal, team foul number 3, turnover number 5. 4-minute mark of the first quarter, tied at 4. Jackson with the basketball into the front court for the Pack. Gets it over to Brett Morgan on the right wing. In the paint, they go to Robbie Marutis. Good strong move to the goal, and he scores. Nice play by Robbie Marutis. He has 4. Williamson 6 points, and that's the first time they've led this afternoon. Up the floor, the Cavaliers get it to Chris Vaughn. 12-footer, no good. Gets his own rebound, tips it up, no good. Rebound is going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touching the Williamson Wolfpack. We got a break in the action. Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1992 state tournament, being brought to you in part by the College of West Virginia.
The College of West Virginia, formerly Beckley College, is poised on the cutting edge of higher education with 2- and 4-year degree programs designed to get you into a market-driven economy. The College of West Virginia wants students who want a solid education to last a lifetime. For information on the School of Business and Technology, School of Nursing, Health and Human Services, or the School of Aviation, call 800-766-6067. That's 800-766-6067. Now accepting applications for summer and fall. The College of West Virginia, degrees ahead of the rest.
Come ride with me, ride with me. For an outstanding all-terrain vehicle, visit Bridgman Honda, RG Honda, or Mid-State Marina and take a close-up look at the Honda 4Trax 300. It's sturdy, dependable, hard-working, and great for recreation, too. That's why the 4Trax 300 is Honda's most popular ATV. Honda recommends the 4Trax 300 riders be 16 and complete a training course. Come ride with us today. Take a look at the Honda 4Trax 300 at Bridgman Honda, New Martinsville, RG Honda of Clarksburg, or Mid-State Marina, Sutton.
So far in this first quarter, Greenbrier West 2 of 7 from the floor. Williamson 2 of 8. West, though, has committed 5 turnovers. Rebounds. Greenbrier West has out-rebounded Williamson only by 1, 5-4. The lead is 6-4. Belongs to the Wolfpack. Greenbrier West with the basketball. Mike Gabbard in there now in that lineup. Sends it back out top to Jerry Robertson. Gabbard in place right now of Bevins. They get it over on the far side. Get it to Chris Vaughn. Chris jumps, misses, rebound, pulled down by the Williamson Wolfpacks. Doug Jackson, quickly, Jackson into the front court, takes it over the far side, gets it to Brett Morgan. Morgan holding it high over his head, brings it near side. Michael Hagee, jumper from the left baseline, no good. Kicks it back out into the hands of Stafford. Nice pass inside to Morgan. His shot won't go. Rebound to Morgan, takes it up again, no good. This time the rebound long to Marutis. He takes it up and he's fouled. Brett Morgan's not supposed to be getting those rebounds, and I'll bet you John Estep is going to tell him that.
2 rebounds down inside for Morgan that time, and more importantly, he kept the ball alive up there for his big men to get back inside, and Marutis got it and was fouled.
Claude Bevins will check into the lineup, and now you got both Vaughn brothers on the bench, Chris and Steve. So Marutis goes to the line. He's 2 of 2 so far this afternoon. Right-hander, 3 of 3. He is the 3rd member of this scoring tandem that really is not just went out and scored a bunch of points in the state tournament. Michael Hagee had 44 the quarterfinal. Joe Stafford had 31 yesterday. Robbie Marutis looking to get his points today. He misses the second free throw, 7-4 your score. The 3-point lead, it belongs to the Williamson High School Wolfpack. 2:45 left in quarter number 1. Left side, Clyde Bevins with the basketball for Greenbrier West. They'll work it back to Claude Bevins. Bevins at the free throw line, takes the shot, no good. Tipped her up once by Clyde Bevins. Rebound comes out long to Jason Gwynn. Gwynn on the right side, bounce pass. He gets it into Gabbert. Gabbert dumps it down low to Bevins. Bevins takes it up strong. Clyde misses. Rebound tipped around. Controlled by who? Brett Morgan of Williamson. 5'10", shortest player on the floor outside of Doug Jackson. Misses the shot on his end of the floor, but the rebound is lost out of bounds. Last touching, Greenbrier West. Brett Morgan will be the inbounder for Williamson. He gets it in to Joe Stafford. Stafford lets it fly. 3-point range, no good. It's short off the mark, and the rebound comes into the hands of Jerry Robertson of Greenbrier West. Wanting some help with the pressure, he gets it in Jason Gwynn over on the left side. Gwynn walks it across the timeline. We get close to the 2-minute mark of quarter number 1. 7-4 your score. The Pack on top of the Cavaliers. Jerry Robertson with it just to the left of the circle. Down in the paint they go. Strong move to the basket by Gwynn. Shot is short, and the rebound comes off to Williamson, but stolen away by Jason Gwynn. He'll move to the goal and score. Jason Gwynn has all 6 of Greenbrier West's points. 7-6 your score.
Nice job by Gwynn that time, Fred. Sorry about that. Nice job. He missed the shot and then came back defensively and took the ball back.
1:35 left in the first period. Down low, Michael Hagee lost the basketball along the baseline, picked it up and scored. 4 points for Hagee in the game. 1:25 and counting in the first period. 9-6 the other way. Bevins' jumper's good. Claude scores the 2. 9-8 as they keep it close in the first quarter. Jackson goes down to one knee, a la Curly Neal, keeps the dribble alive, sends the pass over on the near side to Stafford. Down low, they work it to Marutis. Marutis takes the shot up, but he's going to be fouled. They'll call the personal on Mike Gabbert. Mike Gabbert will pick the personal up. That's his first team foul. Number 5.
24, Mike Gabbert,
his second personal foul, rather. Team foul number 5.
In the lineups for Williamson, number 10.
And Marutis goes back to the line.
For Greenbrier West, 23, Chris Vaughn, 25, Steve Vaughn.
The Vaughn brothers come back into the lineup for Greenbrier West. And at the line, Marutis misses. He made his first 3. He's since missed 2 in a row. Robbie Marutis, 6'1", only a junior. Averages 15 points on the season. He connects here. He's got 6 points in the game. 10-8, the lead is 2, and the pressure again by Williamson. Steals the basketball, but Lawrence Wilkerson going to be called for traveling. Turnover number 5 against the Pack. The quick hands of the guards in the backcourt for Williamson. That pressure defense so far has taken its toll on Greenbrier West. They only trail, though, by 2. This one's close in the first quarter so far. Down the floor, they get the basketball to Claude Bevins. Bevins sends it back to Jerry Robertson, near side. They work it to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn takes it in. Baseline jumper on the right side, good. Chris Vaughn with his first 2, and we're tied at 10 with 44 seconds left in quarter number 1. Doug Jackson has the basketball knocked loose into the hands of Marutis. Back to Jackson. He loses it again. It goes out of bounds, though. Last touching, Greenbrier West.
In the first 2 games Williamson has played, Fred, when Wilkerson has come in there, it's really changed the course of the game, his quickness. Let's see what happens this time.
Inbounds play to Joe Stafford. Corner jumper, no good. It's long. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Greenbrier West. They can take the lead. This time down the floor. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Robertson into the front court. Goes left side to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn picked up man-to-man by Barutis. Pass stolen away by Doug Jackson. Jackson will take it in by himself. Score the 2. Doug Jackson again, the quickness of the backcourt really giving Greenbrier West some trouble. 12-10, 10 seconds left in the quarter. Up the floor, they get it to Steve Vaughn. Cross court they go. Mike Gabbert drives and scores all by himself. Good look pass inside by big Steve Vaughn. The other way, the pass, the long shot by Michael Hagee comes up just a little short. We're at the end of the first period of play with your score, Williamson 12, Greenbrier West 12. While in Charleston, visit New Rides at 35th Street in Kanawha City with 9 TV screens. It's your place to watch the NCAA tournament. Our timeout continues with a local break. This is the Metro News Radio Network. Well, the first 8 minutes proved absolutely nothing. We're exactly where we started, all tied up. Just 12 points on the scoreboard for each team. Williamson has it to start quarter number 2. Jumper from the corner by Stafford is long, and the rebound cleared by Greenbrier West. Shooting in the first quarter, West 6 of 16 from the floor. Williamson 4 of 16 from the floor. Steve Vaughn with a basketball in the paint. Lost it momentarily, but it comes out to Robertson. Down low, they get it on the outside. Nice jumper for 3 by Chris Vaughn, his 5th point. And the lead is 3, 15-12. It belongs to the Cavaliers. Nice jump shot from the right wing by Chris Vaughn. Pass almost stolen away by Chris Vaughn this time, but Williamson's Lawrence Wilkerson takes control of it. Wilkerson yo-yos the basketball just to the left of the circle. Down in the corner, they'll work it to Marutis on the left side. Robbie sends it back. Top of the circle. They go to Hagee. Down the left side of the lane. They kick it right back into the hands of Marutis. Drives and scores. Robbie Marutis with 8 points in the basketball game. 15-14 at the 7-minute mark of the first half. The lead is 1. It belongs to the Cavaliers. Chris Vaughn with it into the front court. Down the left side of the floor. Brings it back into the midcourt stripe to Jerry Robertson. Robertson picked up there by Lawrence Wilkerson. He'll work it over on the right side to Vaughn. Bounce pass into the paint to Gabbert. Jumps, shoots, scores. Mike Gabbert. 4 in the game. 17-14. 3-point lead for the Cavaliers. 6.5 minutes left in the first half. Jackson across the timeline. The pass to Wilkerson. Right back to Doug Jackson. They get it to Stafford. Jumps and shoots and scores it himself. Boy, nice release by Joe Stafford. His first 2 of the game. Quickly up the floor. The Cavaliers' Chris Vaughn. Bounce pass. He got it to his brother, but it goes out of bounds. And last touching the Williamson High School Wolfpack. Nice try that time by Chris Vaughn to Steve Vaughn.
Vaughn looks like that he doesn't have much problem with that ankle. He's gotten some great treatment over the last day or so, Fred, and he looks to be moving pretty well on it.
Well, John Eastep Sr. said if he wasn't at least 80%, he wouldn't play because he was afraid he would hurt the team if he couldn't cut and do the things he normally does, but he's doing a fine job right now. 17-16, Cavaliers lead it. 6:10 left in the first half. In the corner, Chris Vaughn with the jumper. Good. Had to wait because it was rolling around, but it did fall through for him. Good for 2 points. 5 in the quarter, 7 in the game. 19-16 at the 6-minute mark of the first half. Along the baseline, on the far side, jumper for 3. In and out by Joe Stafford. Rebound, tipped around, controlled by the Cavaliers. As Claude Bevins pulled it down, gets it to Robertson up the floor to Chris Vaughn. Chris Vaughn with it. Spins and double dribbles. Turnover number 8 against the Cavaliers. 19-16, three-point lead. It belongs to Greenbrier West. Williamson has the basketball. Lawrence Wilkerson will bring it across the timeline very slowly. Now into the front court. Picked up man-to-man by Jerry Robertson. They'll send the pass on the far side to Jackson. In the corner, they go to Stafford. Back to Jackson. Back near side to Wilkerson. They work it around the corner on the left side now to Michael Hagee. He drives, pulls up 3 feet in front of the goal. In and out, no good. Those little soft shots that have been falling in the quarter and semifinal round, not falling right now for Williamson. Now the pass is loose and stolen away by Joe Stafford. Here comes the pack. He leaves it behind him for Hagee. Hagee scores right in front of the goal. Hagee has 6 in the game. 19-18. The Cavaliers lead it by a point. The other way, Chris Vaughn has a shot partially blocked. Rebound comes out long to Lawrence Wilkerson. The pack on the attack to the left. Wilkerson takes it in. Lawrence Wilkerson scored the 2. John Estep wants to talk it over with a break in the action. Let's take a moment to hear from Go-Mart. Go for the good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Why is Go-Mart becoming one of America's favorite convenience stores? Hi, I'm Marty McSheen, and we're taking calls. Go ahead, caller. Why is Go-Mart becoming one of America's favorite convenience stores?
Well, sir, I like the jelly donuts.
Ah, the jelly donuts, yeah.
And the fried chicken and a big old bag of potato chips and the cookies, and gotta have my cookies, you know.
Sir, you sound remarkably like...
And the hot dogs. I even wrote a song about the hot dogs. You ain't nothing but a hot dog, glumping all the time. You ain't nothing but a hot dog. Chili would make you fine. Thank you very much.
Sir, excuse me for asking, but are you by any chance...
Hungry? Well, sir, yes, I am, and I think I gotta get some of them Go-Mart jelly donuts right now.
Hello? Sir, who was that guy?
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Second quarter shooting stats have improved for both teams so far in the second period. West is 3 of 4 from the floor, while Williamson is 4 of 7. Turnovers, West has 9, Williamson has 5.
I think a good timeout that time, Fred, by Coach John Estep of Greenbrier West, because as we've seen in Williamson's first 2 games, they can go on a quick run with that speed, and he saw it maybe starting to happen, and he took a TO.
The Pack leads it by a point, 20-19. Cavaliers with the basketball up the floor. They get it to Gabbert down low. He'll score it. Mike Gabbert, 6 points. Makes it 21-20. We seesaw back and forth here in the first half of play. In the second quarter, 4.5 minutes left. Hagee with the basketball, makes the strong move to the basket, misses the shot. The rebound comes out long to Jerry Robertson of Greenbrier West. Robertson quickly into the front court, dribbling between people, takes it home, but misses the shot, and the rebound belongs to the Wolfpack. Outlet pass, baseball style, up the floor to Hagee. Hagee's going to be fouled. Call it on Claude Bevins. Claude will pick up his first. And fouled in the act of shooting is Michael Hagee. He'll go to the line. Michael Hagee averages 22 on the season. He had 44 points in the quarterfinal round win over Bridgeport. Scored 10 yesterday in the Buffalo Wayne semifinal win. Hagee's there shooting 2 times. No good. 21-20. Greenbrier West on top by a point. Hagee could tie it up for the Wolfpack here. Left-hander ready, and he makes this one. So we're tied at 21 with 4:10 left in the first half. Robertson up the floor to Gwynn. Gwynn into the front court. Basketball knocked loose. Last touching, Williamson. It'll belong to Greenbrier West on the far side. Gwynn gets it in to Clyde Bevins. Clyde jumps and shoots, misses. Rebound cleared by the Pack. Basketball loose on the floor. Finally chased down by Doug Jackson. Quickly up the floor. Jackson takes it in and scores. Boy, what quickness off that first step. Right side, left side. Doesn't make any difference. Jackson can really score it there. 23-21. The lead is 2, and it belongs to the Wolfpack. And again, the pressure. Robertson trying to break it, and he does, in a pass to Gwynn up the floor. They'll bring it near side, get it to Claude Bevins. Bevins to the lane, pulls up, 12-footer, no good. Rebound cleared by Robbie Marutis of Williamson High School. Here comes the Pack. Wilkerson to Hagee. Hagee takes it in with the left hand, yes. Michael Hagee. Nice job. 25-21, the 4-point lead. And now they steal the basketball, but a foul's going to be called against Robbie Marutis. Robbie will pick up his first personal.
Greenbrier West has decided for the time being to run a little bit with Williamson, and Williamson has gained a 4-point advantage.
Well, that's certainly David Hatfield's liking. He loves to run with the basketball. They lead it by 4, and they knock the basketball out of bounds again on the inbounds play. Boy, Lawrence Wilkerson, he comes off the bench and just does a super job for David Hatfield's Williamson Wolfpack. Jason Gwynn gets it into Jerry Robertson, right back to Jason Gwynn, up the floor to Mike Gabbard. Gabbard into the front court, pulls up on the dribble now, leaves it back outside for Robertson. Robertson gets it down to Chris Vaughn. Jump shot for 3, no good. Inside, Clyde Bevins scores. Clyde Bevins scores his first 2, 25-23. Cavaliers back to within 2. We've got 3 minutes left in the first half. Doug Jackson will get it across the timeline for the Pack, take it down through the lane, send the pass right back out. Joe Stafford for 3, good. Joe Stafford had set up outside that 3-point arc. Jackson hit him with it, and he connects. 5-point lead for the Pack. The other way, off the glass, missing the shot is Chris Vaughn. Rebound is loose, picked up by Jason Gwynn. He'll take the 15-footer, good. Jason Gwynn with 8 points in the game for the Cavaliers. 28-25 your score. 3-point lead for the Williamson High School Wolfpack. 2.5 minutes left in this first half of this Class AA title game. Up the floor quickly. Wilkerson's shot won't go. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Clyde Bevins of Greenbrier West. The Cavaliers looking to get close this time, but the pass stolen away again. This time by Jackson. Alley-oop try into Hagee. He scores. Just laid it high enough for Hagee to tap it off the glass and in. And now on the inbounds play, we've got a reach-in foul called on Michael Hagee. Boy, they like to play that pressure defense.
Foul was whistled on 44 for the Wolfpack.
Michael Hagee picks up his first personal foul, team foul number 3. You'll get Steve Vaughn back into the lineup for Greenbrier West. 2:07 left in the first half. 30-25 your score. 5-point lead for the Williamson Wolfpack. Everyone getting situated. Robbie Marutis will check out for a few minutes. J.J. Warren will come in for Williamson High School. Brett Morgan also back in there. He replaces Doug Jackson, rather. Jason Gwynn with a basketball, right wing. Top of the circle. They work it to Jerry Robertson. Robertson goes to Chris Vaughn. Chris tried to cut through the lane. Kind of a foul whistled on the Wolfpack. Williamson High School will pick up the personal foul. Call it on Lawrence Wilkerson, his first. Team foul number 4. Not a shooting situation. Robertson will be the inbounder along the baseline beneath his own basket. Jerry Robertson looks, and gets it in to Clyde Bevins. Down in the corner, he hands it right back to Robertson. They move it back out on the right wing to Jason Gwynn. Bounce pass inside. Picked up off the floor by Steve Vaughn. Jumper won't go. Rebound tipped out long into the hands of Joe Stafford of Williamson. He leaves it there for Brett Morgan. Morgan brings it across the timeline. In the front court, looks at the clock. It says 1:40. He looks at head coach David Hatfield, gets the play they want to run. His team up by 5, 30-25. Michael Hagee on the left side now, directing traffic as he stands there with the basketball, brings it back to J.J. Warren. They'll move it on the right side. Down in the corner, they go to Stafford. Stafford driving through, leaves it there for Hagee. Hagee scores. So many weapons for the Williamson Wolfpack. They lead by 7, 32-25. Minute 15 left in the first half. Robertson traps, sends the pass near side to Jason Gwynn. Gwynn up the floor, gets it to Steve Vaughn. Vaughn pulls up, 18-footer, no good. Rebound inside. Clyde Bevins takes it up, count it. Clyde Bevins, his 4th point. 32-25, 1 minute mark of quarter number 2. The Pack with the basketball, they lead by 5. Lawrence Wilkerson with it, yo-yos the basketball, bounce pass left side to Michael Hagee. Hagee picked up there by Vaughn, sends it back top of the circle. J.J. Warren, they'll get it to Lawrence Wilkerson. He moves it back outside. Brett Morgan for 3 off the front of the iron, no good. We've got a foul as Michael Hagee was going over the back. Steve Vaughn, a big kid, no question. He is one that you would call a wide body in that lane. The rebound came to him, a little bumping and shoving, and Michael Hagee's picked up his 2nd personal foul.
When he clears out, he clears out. There's a lot of room in that lane after he got done.
32-27. In other words, he does his job. Jason Gwynn to Jerry Robertson. Up the floor quickly. They get it to Gabbard. He'll take it in, lay it off the glass, good. Clyde Bevins scores his 6th point in the game. 32-29. 3-point lead for the Williamson Wolfpack. Lawrence Wilkerson, Brett Morgan. They get it down on the left side to Robbie Marutis. He'll direct some traffic. Bring it back to Brett Morgan. 18 seconds left in the first half. I really like the guard play of the Williamson Wolfpack. Morgan handling the basketball, gives it up now to J.J. Warren. He's another quickster. They get it over on the far side to Morgan. Now they get help from Stafford. Stafford lets it fly. No good. Rebound with 2 seconds left to Greenbrier West. They'll never get a shot away. Good first half of basketball action to try and decide this Class AA title. It's halftime at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum with your score, Williamson 32, Greenbrier West 29. This is the Metro News Radio Network.
Let's go courtside at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum as the 1992 West Virginia State Championship continues.
And that first half of basketball, Greenbrier West 14 of 32 from the floor. That's 44%. Williamson High School 13 of 32, 41%. From the free throw line, Williamson was 5 of 8. And Greenbrier West did not attempt a free throw. Rebounds pretty even, 20 to 15. West with the lead, but the turnovers the key situation. Greenbrier West has turned the basketball over 10 times. Williamson only 5.
You know, Fred, I think that Greenbrier West did a pretty good job in the first half breaking the pressure. They had a couple of lapses, but overall did a pretty good job breaking the pressure. But then they kind of rushed some shots on the offensive end. Look for them to be more selective offensively.
Well, I think John Eastep has to be happy. His team only down 3. One thing's for sure, he's already shed that big red sweater. He's left that back in the dressing room for this second half. And the Cavaliers have the basketball. Jason Quinn, top of the circle, gets the bounce pass. Rather timidly back to Chris Vaughn, but Vaughn takes it away from Jackson, and the Cavaliers maintain control. They get it inside to big Steve Vaughn. Jepper won't go. Clyde Bevins with the rebound. Put it up. Underneath side of the board, it came right back down to him and went out of bounds. A little too far inside to try the shot. It goes out of bounds. Give it back to Williamson. They lead it by 3, 32-29. We're in the third quarter of play. This game to decide the Class AA 1992 state title. Doug Jackson with the basketball into the front court, directing the traffic as he looks at a 2-1-2 zone right now from Greenbrier West. They've changed up their defense. Jackson top of the key to Joe Stafford on the right side. Evidently, Eastep says, hey, they're not shooting that well from the outside. Let's just see what happens with it. They'll move it around to Morgan on the left wing. Now they get it to Stafford. He lets it fly for 3. No good. Rebound cleared by Bevins for Greenbrier West. He'll get it over to Jerry Robertson. Robertson quickly up the floor to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn tries a jumper for 2. Good. Chris Vaughn has 9 points in the game. 32-31. And the lead is only 1. It belongs to Williamson. The Pack with the basketball. Marutis, corner, left side. They'll work it around the perimeter. Get it in the corner of the right side to Joe Stafford. Stafford with the basketball. Now they get it to Jackson. Jackson sends it back on the near side into the hands of Stafford. Down low. They tried to force the pass inside to Marutis. Stolen away by Greenbrier West. Steve Vaughn pulls it down. Gets it over to Jerry Robertson. Robertson into the front court. Quickly with the basketball. Moves it on the left wing to Jason Quinn. Quinn holding it high over his head. Sends it back to Robertson to the left of the circle. Top of the key now. They go to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn, couple of dribbles down the right side of the lane. Pulls up. 10-footer, no good. Rebound down low belongs to Joe Stafford of Williamson. He gives it to Brett Morgan. Morgan into the front court with the basketball. On the dribble drive. Takes it over on the right side. Goes down to Marutis. Drives the baseline. Pulls up. It's going to be fouled. Steve Vaughn picks up his second personal foul. Team foul number 1 of the second half. 6-minute mark of quarter number 3. 32-31 your score. The lead is 1. It belongs to the Pack.
Marutis can really get to that baseline quickly. He did that time. Vaughn went straight up, but then Steve took his left hand and came down on Marutis, and that created the foul.
Williamson not shooting extremely well from the free throw line. Robbie Marutis is 4 of 7 right now as he misses the first one. 32-31. Marutis ready, and he gets this one. So 33-31, the 2-point lead for the Williamson Wolfpack. And again, the pressure, but broken this time by Greenbrier West. Up the floor, Bevins. We got a blocking foul called as Clyde Bevins made the move along the baseline. The block is going to be called on Joe Stafford. That'll be Joe's first personal foul. Team foul number 1 of the second half.
Again, Greenbrier West doing a nice job breaking the pressure, doing it by crisp passes over top of it. That's the way you break the press. You can't do it by dribbling through. You do it by crisp passes, and they're doing exactly that.
First opportunity from the charity stripe for the Greenbrier West Cavaliers this afternoon. Clyde Bevins makes good on it. 33-32. The 6'3" senior could tie it up right here. With the right hand, the open stance, we're tied. He has 8 points in the game, 33-33 your score, 5:50 mark of quarter number 3. Brett Morgan with the basketball over the left side. They'll go to Doug Jackson. He directs the traffic for the Williamson Wolfpack. To Morgan, back to Jackson. Down along in the corner. They'll get it to Michael Hagee. Right back they come to Morgan. Top of the key to Stafford. They'll work it around on the right side. Pass intended down low from Jackson to Hagee. Knocked out of bounds. Last touching Greenbrier West, Clyde Bevins. Brett Morgan will be the inbounder for the Williamson Wolfpack. Bounce pass, gets it into the corner on the left side to Hagee, has it knocked loose. It goes out of bounds. Last touching Greenbrier West. Tied at 33, 5.5 minutes left in period number 3. It's been a good one to decide the Class AA state title. Stafford takes the inbounds play, gets it back to Morgan. They'll get it over top of the circle to Doug Jackson. Right back it comes on the right side to Joe Stafford. To Morgan. They work it around. Down in the corner now. Hagee has the basketball. Doug Jackson takes it. Top of the key to Stafford. They move it around good. They get it to Morgan on the right side. Down in the corner. Hagee drives, shoots, misses. Rebound belongs to Chris Vaughn of Greenbrier West. He gets it over to Jerry Robertson. Robertson up the floor to Jason Gwynn from three-point range. In and out. Back in again. Count it for 3. Jason Gwynn, 11 points in the game. 36-33. Greenbrier West with a 3-point lead. 4:55 left in quarter number 3. Michael Hagee with the basketball. Top of the circle to Brett Morgan. Left side they go to Joe Stafford. Stafford wanting to get in Marutis. Cannot do so. Brings it to Morgan. Back to Stafford. Corner left side. They go to Hagee. Back it comes around the perimeter. Jackson top of the circle. They go to Morgan on the left wing. He'll bring it back to Jackson right side now. Joe Stafford for 3. No good off the front of the iron. Rebound cleared by Marutis. Takes it up and scores. Robbie Marutis. He's got 11 points in the contest. 36-35. Greenbrier West's lead is 1 point. Big Steve Vaughn comes out to help with the pressure. He just stands there with it. Now gets it over to Jason Gwynn. Not too many people are going to come out and try and take the basketball away from Steve Vaughn. Top of the key, his twin brother Chris misses the shot. Rebound down low to Steve, though, and he scores. Steve Vaughn has his first 2 points in the game. 38-35. The lead is 3. 4:05 mark of quarter number 3. It belongs to Greenbrier West. Williamson has the basketball. Joe Stafford left side. Doug Jackson top of the circle. They work it to Brett Morgan on the right wing. Top of the key to go to Jackson. Outside jumper partially blocked away. Pulled down out of the air by Vaughn. Get it over to Robertson. Jerry Robertson up the floor to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn 18 for the right side. No good. Rebound long to Doug Jackson of Williamson. He loses control of it. Picks it up. And here comes the Wolfpack down the floor. Jackson stutter step to the lane. Takes the shot. No good. Rebound cleared by Greenbrier West. Jason Gwynn with it. Gets it over to Robertson. Robertson into the front court. Takes it down. Leads it near side to Bevins. Takes it up. Blocked away. Pulled down out of the air by Joe Stafford. Up the floor they find Hagee. Taking it down the right side. He's going to be tripped up. And a foul's going to be called on Big Steve Vaughn. Steve Vaughn tried to slide over to keep Hagee from going around him, but he fell to the floor. We're going to have a break in the action. Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1992 state tournament being brought to you in part by the West Virginia Veterinary Medical Association.
The common mosquito. To you, it's a nuisance, but to your dog, it's a deadly threat. Mosquitoes can be carriers of heartworm disease, a potentially fatal disease that has now spread to almost every state in America. So ask your veterinarian how you can protect your dog from heartworm disease. Your dog's life could depend on it.
This important message was brought to you by the West Virginia Veterinary Medical Association.
The College of West Virginia, formerly Beckley College, is poised on the cutting edge of higher education. With 2-year and 4-year degree programs designed for a market-driven economy, the College of West Virginia is looking for students who want a solid education. For a free music videotape which tells about the College of West Virginia, send $3.50 shipping and handling to CWV Video, Box AG, Beckley, West Virginia. That's CWV Video, Box AG, Beckley, West Virginia. Now accepting applications for summer and fall. The College of West Virginia, degrees ahead of the rest.
The Greenbrier West Cavaliers have outscored the Williamson Wolfpack 9-3, and they solved that pressure right now.
They're doing a good job on the pressure with the passing, and defensively on the defensive end, Greenbrier West has decided in this second half, as you mentioned earlier, Fred, to go back in a 2-3 zone because Stafford isn't hitting. He's just 2 of 12 from the floor today.
Williamson in his third quarter only 1 of 6, while Greenbrier West is 3 of 9. 3-point lead, 38-35, 38-35. It belongs to Greenbrier West. Williamson has the basketball. Joe Stafford tries the 18-footer. Good. Nice soft jumper by Joe Stafford. He's got 7 in the game, 38-37. The lead is 1, and the Cavaliers have it with the basketball. Jerry Robertson dribbles between the traffic, gets it down to the corner to Clyde Bevins. He'll leave it over on the left side to Jerry Robertson. Robertson tries to take it in, slips down with it, now regains his composure and sends the pass over the far side to Chris Vaughn. His jumper for 3 off the front of the iron. Mike Gabbard with the rebound. Shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Gabbard again, takes it up and scores. Boy, works hard inside the paint. Mike Gabbard, 8 points in the game, 40-37. Greenbrier West controlling the boards inside, especially on the offensive end. 2:45 counting. We're in the third quarter. 3-point lead for Greenbrier West. Williamson has the basketball. Stafford to the right of the circle. He'll bring it over on the right wing to Morgan. Bounce pass into Hagee. Hagee jump pass back outside. Chased down by Joe Stafford. Stafford now with the basketball. Top of the circle. Lets it fly for 3. No good. Rebound belongs to the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Lost out of bounds. Last touching Robbie Marutis of Williamson. And again, that pressure is going to be set up by Williamson. Jerry Robertson looking for help. He finds it in Jason Gwynn. Gwynn gets by Marutis, takes it into the front court, down the left side of the floor, pulls up, sends the pass back outside to Jerry Robertson. 2:20 mark of the third period. 3-point lead for the Cavaliers over the right side. They go to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn has his pocket picked momentarily by Doug Jackson, goes out of bounds. Last touching Vaughn, and give credit to the quick hands of Doug Jackson. Turnover number 12 against Greenbrier West. Lawrence Wilkerson will come into the lineup for Williamson. He replaces Brett Morgan. Doug Jackson will be the inbounder. Waits on Joe Stafford to tie the shoe. He gets that done, and now we're ready. Doug Jackson gets it into Lawrence Wilkerson. Wilkerson into the front court. Surveys that 2-3 zone right now by Greenbrier West. In the corner, they go to Michael Hagee. Back out top, they'll get it to Jackson. Around the perimeter, they go to Stafford. Back it comes. Jackson for 3. No good. Off the mark. Rebound loose on the floor. Cleared by Greenbrier West.
I tell you what, Fred, Williamson's only getting 1 shot at the goal each time. No offensive boards on Williamson's end.
Jerry Robertson with the basketball. Gets it to Jason Gwynn. Gwynn, 1 dribble, leaves it right there for Robertson. Minute 44 left in the third period. 40-37, 3-point lead for the Cavaliers. Robertson's shot is going to be long. Rebound inside. Chris Vaughn, yes, count it. Chris Vaughn, 4 in the quarter, 11 in the game. 42-37, 5-point lead for the Cavaliers. Williamson with the basketball. Left side Stafford. Top of the circle to Wilkerson. Right side Jackson. Down to the corner on the right they go to Hagee. They'll work it right back out. Top of the key. Stafford for 3. Good. Joe Stafford, 5 in the quarter, 10 in the game. 42-40. The lead is 2. Belongs to the Cavaliers. Robertson takes it to the goal. Shot won't go. Rebound cleared by Robbie Marutis for Williamson. Marutis with the basketball. Looking up the floor. Leaves it across the line for Lawrence Wilkerson. Wilkerson with the basketball. Into the paint, they go to Marutis. Right back outside. Stafford for 3 again. Good again. That's how you get back into the game. You give it to your money player. Anybody that's got cha-ching written in his hairline is a money player. 43-42. The lead is 1. Belongs to the Pack. Greenbrier West with the basketball. Jerry Robertson getting instructions from John Estep Sr. on the far side. Gets it over to Gwynn. Gwynn is going to be fouled by Marutis. Robbie picks up his second. Robbie Marutis' second personal foul. Team foul number 2. And give it out to the Cavaliers on the near side. Jerry Robertson will be the inbounder. Claude Bevins into the lineup. He replaces Chris Vaughn. Jason Gwynn gets to Gabbard. Gabbard's jumper won't go. Jason Gwynn with the rebound. He scores. Nice offensive board for Jason Gwynn. 5 in the quarter. He's got 13 in the game. 44-43. The lead is 1. It belongs to Greenbrier West. 14 seconds left in quarter number 3. Doug Jackson with the basketball. Brings it over the right side to Wilkerson. Down in the corner to Hagee. Right back out to Jackson. They find Stafford. Top of the circle. Lets it fly from 3-point range. Good. Joe Stafford hit 3 consecutive three-pointers. Wow. We're at the end of the third quarter of play with your score, Williamson 46, Greenbrier West 44. Accommodations for the 1992 state tournament crew being provided by the Charleston Marriott. For business or leisure, Marriott Service is the ultimate luxury in Charleston. Our timeout continues with a local break. This is the Metro News Radio Network. Eight more minutes to decide who will be the brand new 1992 Class AA state champion in basketball. Lawrence Wilkerson gets it in to teammate Doug Jackson. 46-44. Williamson on top by 2 points. Michael Hagee on the left side with the basketball. Top of the circle to Robbie Marutis. They work it over to Doug Jackson on the right wing. Jackson with the basketball to Wilkerson. Back it comes to Marutis through the lane. Dumps it low to Hagee. Shot short. Rebound cleared by Steve Vaughn. The Cavaliers with the basketball up the floor quickly. They get it to Clyde Bevins driving in. Leaves it a little short. The rebound cleared by Joe Stafford. And Stafford's going to be fouled. I'll say it again. Joe Stafford is the key to Williamson right now. He scored 11 points in the third quarter. Hit 3 big three-pointers. And again, a man that's got cha-ching written in his haircut line has got to be a money player. And he is so far for the Williamson Wolfpack this afternoon. 46-44. The Pack leads it by 2. 7:20 left in the game. Wilkerson with the basketball to Doug Jackson. They move inside. He'll send it right back out. Stafford for 3 again off the front of the iron this time. Rebound cleared by Jerry Robertson of Greenbrier West. Robertson protects the basketball now. We'll bring it across the timeline on the dribble. Picked up man-to-man by Lawrence Wilkerson. Over the far side to Gwynn. They get it in to Clyde Bevins. He'll send it back to Robertson. Robertson over to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn on the right wing. Tried the bounce pass in to his twin brother Steve. Knocked loose and lost out of bounds last touching Williamson.
Both teams, Fred, now going man-on-man defense.
2-point lead for the Pack. Greenbrier West trying to tie or take the lead with a 3. Robertson inbounds to Gwynn. Misses. Rebound cleared by the Wolfpack. Outbound pass stolen away by Steve Vaughn. Vaughn takes it in. Jumps, shoots, scores. Steve Vaughn. He's only got 4 in the game, but they've been 4 big ones. 6:44. We're tied at 46. Lawrence Wilkerson with the basketball for the Williamson High School Wolfpack. Works it over to Doug Jackson. Outside jumper for 3. Joe Stafford, no good. Rebound corralled by Greenbrier West, the Cavaliers. Jerry Robertson with the basketball. Whips the pass up the floor. Stolen away by Doug Jackson. Jackson, 3 on 2. The Pack has the advantage. And the pass stolen away from Wilkerson. He intended the pass for Marutis. Stolen away by Greenbrier West. Up the floor, they get it. Chris Vaughn. Good. Baseline, left side. Chris Vaughn got 13 in the game. 48-46. The Cavaliers fighting for their first ever state AA title. And they're leading by 2 with 6 minutes to go in the game. They lost in Class AA title game in football. They don't want to do it again, but the opponent, a very sound team. Marutis tried to take the shot. It wouldn't fall, but we got a whistle on the foul in Greenbrier West. Clyde Bevins will pick up the personal. Two-point lead for Greenbrier West. Robbie Marutis to James Vatt at the line. He has 11 points in the game. Youngsters ready. Good with the first one. 48-47. Robbie Marutis could tie it up with this one. The open stance, the right-hander. Misses. Rebound. Hagee jumps, shoots, misses, and he's fouled. That time, I think Greenbrier West caught just standing around a little bit. They didn't crash the boards, and Hagee was really surprised to have the basketball just drop into his hands.
And Hagee has been surprisingly quiet in this game, I think, Fred.
Clyde Bevins picks up another personal foul, his third. Michael Hagee has 13 quiet points so far. At the line, left-hander, good. All of his scoring came in the first half until that first point right there in this fourth quarter. He now has 14 in the game, averages 22 on the season. The left-hander. Good. No, misses. He rolled off the side of the rim. He did everything right. It just didn't fall through. 48-48. We're tied with 5:45 left in quarter number 4. Greenbrier West with the basketball. Vaughn, Steve turns, shoots, no good. Rebound again. Michael Hagee fights for it, and then he's going to be fouled. Steve Vaughn's going to pick it up. Steve Vaughn will pick up his 4th personal foul, and boy, that's a key one there with 5:35 left. Boy, give Mike Hagee credit. He really fought for that rebound. He's a baseball player. In fact, that's what he wants to do in college. He's got a lot of people looking at him in basketball and football, but he really enjoys baseball.
Vaughn, on the other hand, a football player. Going to Wake Forest, and now he's going to the bench.
He has 4 personal fouls. Only 5.5 minutes left in this game. He won't be over there too long because there's nothing to save him for, and John Estep Sr. knows that. He needs him in there, tied at 48. Up the floor, Hagee leaves it nicely in the paint for Marutis, but he loses it. Robbie Marutis loses it to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn, cross-court pass to Jerry Robertson. Robertson inside the paint to Gabbard, and Gabbard's going to be fouled as he made the move to the basket. Nice ball movement that time by the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Doug Jackson picks up his first personal foul. At the line will be Mike Gabbard. Has 8 points in the game. First opportunity from the free throw line. In fact, so far this afternoon from the free throw line, Greenbrier West is 2 of 2. Both of those from Clyde Bevins. They're 3 of 3 as Gabbard gets the first one here.
And Gabbard's done a nice job off the bench today, Fred, mixing it up inside.
49-48 your score. Cavaliers lead by 1. They lead by 2. They're a perfect 4 of 4 as a team from the floor. We got a timeout on the court. Time for another ice-cold Diet Mountain Dew with that full tilt taste. Dew, Diet Dew.
You can ski a live volcano. You can stop a charging rhino. Hike up Everest just for the view. You can row a boat to Fiji, swim from LA to Tahiti, but you've never done nothing like a Diet Dew. You can leap, you can fly, take a ride in the sky, but you've never done nothing like a Diet Dew. You've never done nothing like a Diet Dew. Diet Dew, with its outrageous full tilt taste, you won't believe it's a diet. You can jog the Mojave, catch piranha as a hobby, but you've never done nothing like a Diet Dew. You can leap, you can fly, take a ride in the sky, but you've never done nothing like a Diet Dew. Yeah, you've never done nothing like a Diet Dew. Do Diet Dew with 100% NutraSweet.
We invite you to stay with us immediately following the play-by-play of this game. The awards presentation. We'll be talking with the victorious head coach of either Williamson or Greenbrier West. And I'll tell you, we certainly don't know who that's going to be right now.
Right now, it's up in the air. Greenbrier West coach John Estep took that timeout to set some strategy.
And a jump ball comes in off the inbounds play. It belongs to Greenbrier West. I don't know if that was the strategy, but it sure worked.
Chris Vaughn, great job. Got right to the basketball. Williamson player had it. He grabbed it and got the tie up.
50-48. Cavaliers lead by 2. They'll have the basketball. If they get it inbounds, they do to Jason Gwynn on the left side. Gwynn, couple of dribbles now, leaves it out on top for Jerry Robertson. Robertson takes it over on the right side, keeps on dribbling, takes the jumper. It's going to be short. Rebound tipped around. It belongs to Chris Vaughn. Tries to take it up, stripped loose, picked out of there by Williamson. Here comes Michael Hagee, 3-on-3. Hagee has his shot blocked by Gabbard, but they're going to call a foul. Called a personal foul on Mike Gabbard, and that'll be Gabbard's 3rd personal foul. And, of course, Hagee will go to the line, fouled in the act of shooting.
says he got him with the body, Fred. That's what the motion the referee was making over toward the scores table. Got him with the lower half of his body.
Michael Hagee at the line is 2 of 4 on the afternoon. Now he's 2 of 5 as he missed the first one. 14 points in the game for Michael Hagee. Averages 22 on the season. 4:51 left in the contest. Greenbrier West leads by 1 as Michael Hagee connects on the second of 2 free throws. 50-49 your score, and now the pressure again. Broken in a long pass up the floor to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn tries to go up. He's stripped loose of the basketball by Doug Jackson. 4 on 3. The advantage is Williamson. Marutis off the glass. Good. Robbie Marutis. 14 in the game for Marutis. 51-50. The Pack back on top. Greenbrier West with the basketball. 4:25 and counting. We're in the 4th quarter of play to decide the Class AA title in 92 basketball. Outside, Clyde Bevins thought about it, but leaves it out on top for Jerry Robertson. And the basketball's knocked loose by Lawrence Wilkerson. He'll take it in, lay a finger roll off the glass. No good. Marutis with the rebound. He's going to be fouled. And all you can say there, quick hands again by Lawrence Wilkerson. Jerry Robertson was standing there with a basketball over his head. Wilkerson just knocked it loose and took off the other way.
He's displayed that quickness, and I think he's been probably one of the keys to Williamson in all 3 of these games. Every time he's come into these games, he's made plays like that, really helping the Williamson attack.
And also give credit to Robbie Marutis. He did not assume it was going to be an easy layup. He trailed the play, got the rebound, tried to go back up, and he was fouled by Jason Gwynn. Marutis misses the free throw. Made his first 3, then he missed 2, then he made 2. Up and down for Robbie Marutis at the line. You're going to get Mike Gabbard out. Chris Vaughn's going to come out. Claude Bevins will come in, and Steve Vaughn will come in. 4:09 left in the game. The 1-point lead belongs to the Williamson High School Wolfpack. Robbie Marutis trying to add to that. A 6'1 junior misses. Rebound cleared by Steve Vaughn. He'll get it over to Jerry Robertson, near side to Jason Gwynn. Gwynn with the basketball. Backs it across the timeline into the front court. Takes it on in. It's going to be fouled. Reach-in foul is going to be called on Marutis. That's number 3 on Robbie. Robbie Marutis will pick up his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 4, but fouled in the act of shooting. Jason Gwynn will go to the line and shoot 2 times. First opportunity from the Charities triumph this afternoon. He has 13 points in the game. Averages only 10 on the season. Had 10 in the quarterfinal round win. Had 7 in the semifinal.
You may remember in the pregame, Coach Estep told us he wants to have his club make these key free throws down the stretch.
Jason Gwynn must have missed that interview. He misses the first shot. He can tie it up with this one. A 6'2 junior. Right-hander concentrates, misses the front of the iron, and the rebound cleared by Williamson. So he missed both of them. He gets the outlet pass to Lawrence Wilkerson. Wilkerson through the lane, loses the basketball, and dribbles it right on out of bounds. He's so quick that time, he outran himself. Greenbrier West will get it in. Jason Gwynn to Jerry Robertson. Back it goes to Claude Bevins. Back to Jerry, up the floor to Gwynn, across the timeline. He'll pull up on the dribble, look down in the corner, find Clyde Bevins. Bevins sends it back out top, gets it into the hands of Robertson. Back it comes in the corner to Gwynn. Inside, Steve Vaughn, turnaround jump hook, no good. Tipped up once, twice. Bevins takes it up strong, won't go, but he's fouled. Michael Hagee will pick up his 3rd. This one's going to go down to the wire. 3:31 left in the game, 51-50 your score. Williamson on top by a point, and Clyde Bevins could give the Cavaliers a lead. He has 2 free throws coming here. Brett Morgan will come back into the lineup. Lawrence Wilkerson will sit down. So you get the senior Morgan back onto the floor. And Clyde Bevins is at the line. He has 8 points in the game, 2 of 2 from the line. He's 3 of 3, and we're tied at 51.
And the key to that one, Bevins on the offensive glass again, and West has 15 offensive rebounds today.
Clyde Bevins ready again. Good again. He barely touched the net that time. 52-51. Up the floor quickly. Marutis is going to score. Robbie Marutis got behind the defense. The baseball pass worked again. 53-52. Williamson with the 1-point lead. Basketball almost went out of bounds, but saved, and now we got a foul called on Doug Jackson. Clyde Bevins went to the floor hard. Jackson will pick up his 2nd personal foul. They were coming up the floor a little out of control, almost threw the ball out of bounds. Nice job by Bevins to save it. Not a shooting situation, only the 6th team foul. Cavaliers will have it out on the far side. The inbounds play comes to Chris Vaughn. Chris with the basketball. Clock says 3:10 left in the game. His team down by a point, 53-52. In the paint, Bevins with it. Sends it back out to his twin brother, Claude. Claude standing high, gives it over on the near side to Chris Vaughn. They'll work it to Jason Gwynn. Gwynn's going to pull up with a 15-footer. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound cleared by Brett Morgan of the Wolfpack. Up the floor, they get it to Doug Jackson down the right side. Jackson takes it in, misses the shot. Rebound, Marutis. It's going to be fouled from behind. Marutis trying to take it back up. And the foul is going to be called on Jason Gwynn. That'll be his second. And at the line to our right is a youngster that probably wishes he could figure out what he started doing wrong. He was making them pretty consistently. He has missed 3 in a row. He has 2 shots here. Robbie Marutis. He found out because he makes the first one. 54-52. The lead is 2. It belongs to the Wolfpack with 2:48 left in the game. You're going to get Jerry Robertson back in there. He will replace Jason Gwynn. So you've got 2 Bevins, 2 Vaughns, and a Robertson on the floor for the Cavaliers. For Williamson, Hagee, Marutis, Brett Morgan, Doug Jackson, and Joe Stafford. And Marutis makes both free throws. 55-52, the 3-point lead. Up the floor quickly. Claude Bevins with the basketball. Pulls up 14-footer, good. Claude Bevins squared up. Took the jumper, and his team back within 1. Up the floor quickly. Michael Hagee, spin move along the baseline. Takes the shot. It won't fall, but a whistle and the foul is going to be called on the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Call it on Chris Vaughn. That's number 2. Steve was awfully close there, too, and that would have been 5 on him. So Chris, of course, the twins. At the line will be Michael Hagee. Hagee at the line to the right. So far, he is 3 of 6 this afternoon. Left-hander, good. It's 56-54, the 2-point lead for the Williamson Wolfpack. Michael Hagee takes the basketball again from the official. Couple of dribbles with the left hand, and he makes them both. Michael Hagee gets them both to fall. 57-54, 3-point lead for the Williamson Wolfpack. Greenbrier West with the basketball. 2:24 and counting left in the game. Clyde Bevins with it. Sends it top of the circle to his brother Claude. They'll bring it back. Chris Vaughn for 3. Good! Chris Vaughn hit the 3-pointer. He's got 5 in the quarter, 16 in the game. We're tied at 57, 2:10 left in the contest. Doug Jackson quickly into the front court. Leaves it back outside for Brett Morgan, and David Hatfield wants to talk it over. With a break of the action, let's hear another Metro News State Tournament golden moment with Hoppy Kercheval.
March 22nd, 1986, the Double-A championship game between the Maroon Knights of Wheeling Central and the Wolfpack of Williamson. With just 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go, Wheeling Central held a commanding 9-point lead. But the Wolfpack, led by sophomore Anthony Struther, put together one of the greatest comebacks in state tournament history.
11 seconds to go. Here comes Struther against Palmer. 8 seconds. Struther on the right side. 5 seconds to the baseline. Turnaround jumper is good. It's good with 1 second left. Anthony Struther hits the shot from the right baseline with 1 second to play.
Down by 9 points with just over 2 minutes to go, the Williamson Wolfpack won the Class AA championship game by 1 point on Anthony Struther's game winner. It was celebration time in Mingo County. The West Virginia State Championship, memories that last a lifetime.
2:04 left in this one. Williamson, Greenbrier West both looking for those memories.
The game reset, Fred. Timeouts left. West 2 timeouts left. Williamson with 3 left. Both clubs are in the bonus, so if they're fouled, they'll go to the line to shoot 1-and-1, and the possession arrow points toward Williamson.
This inbounds play important for certainly the Williamson Wolfpack. And Greenbrier West does not pressure the inbounds. They let them bring it in. Doug Jackson now directing traffic. We're inside 2 minutes Left in this one, in the corner, Joe Stafford, left side. They'll work it back top of the circle to Doug Jackson. Around on the right side to Marudis. Back it comes out top to Jackson. Jackson, a couple of dribbles, squares himself between the rings, looks and gets movement as Marudis and Stafford switch sides. A minute 40 and counting. Jackson moves it over to Brett Morgan. They're all getting instructions from David Hatfield, who's poised on the far side, the head coach of the Williamson Wolfpack. Jackson with the basketball, picked up closely man-to-man by Jerry Robertson, gets it over to Brett Morgan. Morgan, couple of dribbles, picks it up, looks, still looks, and finds Joe Stafford, who comes out to help with the pressure. Stafford with the basketball, gets it over to Morgan. A minute 20 left in the game. We're tied at 57. Class AA state title game. Michael Hagee sends the pass back out top to Doug Jackson. Jackson directing the traffic, picked up there by Jerry Robertson. Almost threw it into the wrong passing lane, but gets it to Morgan now. Claude Bevins was in the perfect place to intercept the pass that Jackson thrown it in, but he doesn't. He gets it down in the corner to Stafford. Back out top to Jackson. They're working around the Marudis. Driving the baseline, cut off, sends the pass back out to Hagee. 55 seconds left in the game. Brett Morgan with the basketball. And again, they'll reset and move it right back. They want the specific shot they've designed, and they'll take it all the way down. 45 seconds left in the basketball game. Brett Morgan, now they call the timeout. Quite simple. David Hatfield said, hey, we're going to take it down, get the shot we want. Had they had the wide open shot along the baseline when Hagee was going to drive in and Marudis, they would have taken it, but it wasn't there. Very wisely, Marudis brought it right back outside to Hagee. They reset the thing, and now with 43 seconds left, they call the timeout. They're going to set the play.
And no defensive lapses that time by Greenbrier West. Their head, their bodies, everything was in the right place, and they played tough defense. And now Williamson coach Dave Hatfield outlining some strategy, and Coach Estep on the other ends outlining some defensive strategy, and also telling his club what to do when they get the ball.
Certainly for the Wolfpack, they have so many weapons that they can go to, inside, outside, and again, I think the tough job certainly is going to be on the Cavaliers to try and decide what they're going to do and try and defense that. They're going to have to play them straight up and just guard everybody that's in your area. Kyle Wiggs is on the far side. Kyle.
Well, Coach Hatfield has told his troops. He asked them, he got them in his huddle and said, hey, can we hold the ball? Can we run this 2-on-2 delay? They said absolutely to a man, yes, we can do it. We can hang on to it. He said, okay, good, let's do it. Let's hold it down to 12 seconds and call a timeout. We'll set up a play from that point.
We know what they're going to do. I'll bet John Estep knows the same thing. Ready to go. Here comes the maroon and white of the Williamson High School Wolfpack. The gold and blue of Greenbrier West intermingle with them on the floor. 43.9 seconds left in this one. 57-57. Baby, this is what it's all about. Greenbrier West on defense. Williamson has the basketball. Brett Morgan directing the traffic as he stands near the midcourt stripe. Jason Gwynn will come out and apply a little pressure. They get it to Joe Stafford. Stafford, couple of dribbles, clock moving, 30 seconds. Doug Jackson with the basketball. High out of his head, sends the pass over to Brett Morgan. Morgan will bring it back near side. They get it to Robbie Marudis. 22 seconds, clock moving. Joe Stafford with the basketball. Man-to-man pressure. Now David Hatfield says, let's attack it. 15 seconds left in the game. Jackson with the basketball. Watches the clock. We got another timeout. This Metro News Sports exclusive being sponsored in part by Glenville State College in the heart of West Virginia.
In the heart of West Virginia, we're Glenville State College. We provide the knowledge, understanding, and skills you need. Our main campus in Glenville and the Nicholas County Center, Summersville, provide programs in the arts and sciences, as well as forest technology, nursing, petroleum engineering technology, teacher education, and many, many more. Glenville State College, main campus, Glenville, and the Nicholas County Center, Summersville, in the heart of West Virginia.
David Hatfield said he was going to take it down to 12 seconds and call another timeout. They took it down to 12.7. That's a well-coached team.
Boy, you're not kidding. These players knew exactly what to do. If you're West, you got to play good defense. Got to be in your defensive position. No defensive lapses at this time of the game.
And on the far side behind that Williamson huddle is Kyle Wiggs.
Coach Hatfield has set up his play. They're going to run it down with the 2-on-2 delay to 5 seconds. They're going to get it to Michael Hagee and clear out, let him take it to the goal. He said, put his finger in his face and said, don't charge. Take the ball to the goal, but don't charge. And he said, if we don't score, if you miss the shot, if we don't score, don't foul. Let the clock run out.
Greenbrier West has 2 timeouts. Williamson has 1. Possession arrow pointing the direction of the Williamson Wolfpack. Both teams on the bonus. Let's get it on and see who's going to be the Class AA state champion. They dry up a little perspiration on the far side of the floor. 12.7 seconds left. We're tied at 57. The Wolfpack will have the basketball out of bounds. Johnny Wooten takes the towel, cleans up the moisture. We're ready to go. The Greenbrier West Cavaliers have packed it back inside. They're not going to give up anything easy. I think John Eastep says, you're going to beat me outside.
And Big Steve Vaughn is on Michael Hagee. So let's watch it.
Joe Stafford will be the inbounder. They'll look to get it to Brett Morgan, who's standing right in front of him. We'll count it down. Let's enjoy this one together. Stafford gets it into Brett Morgan. 10 seconds left in the game. Morgan just standing there with a basketball. 7 seconds. Now he makes the move. Gets it to Hagee. Hagee's the money man. Has the basketball stolen away. They get it to Stafford in the corner. Jump. Shoots no good. We got overtime. Well, the play was designed to go to Hagee. Hagee took the basketball at the free throw line, had it knocked loose. It went down in the corner. They got it to Morgan. Morgan to Stafford. Stafford took the shot off the mark. We've got 3 more minutes left to play.
Give Steve Vaughn credit. Hagee got the first step on him. Steve Vaughn reached the left hand in there and batted the ball away, and that's how Morgan got it.
What a game. What a game. This is the very first overtime of this 92 state high school basketball tournament. They had so many last year. We knew coming in this was going to be a great basketball game. John Eastep said, my boys are ready. Now let's go play ball. They've proven that, and David Hatfield's crew have certainly risen to the occasion.
It was a great defensive play by Greenbrier West that time. I mean, getting their hands in there, they played that way the whole game. And Stafford had the shot just a little long, hit the backside of the rim.
West trailed by 2 going into this fourth quarter. They outscored them 13-11. We're all tied up at 57, and we're going to play some more.
And what a shot by Chris Vaughn, if we can jump back there to tie it up. Down 3, Chris Vaughn, a pressure three-pointer, hit nothing but the bottom of the net to tie it up.
Both teams come out onto the floor. They shake hands. All 10 players know that it's a good one. We'll jump it up to start the overtime session. Everyone has shook hands just like starting the game, and we've played 32 minutes. We haven't decided a thing, so let's play 3 more. Mr. Wooten with the basketball in the air, tip controlled by the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Chris Vaughn, finger roll, count it. Chris Vaughn got away on the breakaway and scored the finger roll. So the first 2 points in overtime belong to the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. They lead it 59-57. Williamson with the basketball. Brett Morgan brings it over to Jackson down on the corner on the right side. They'll go to Hagee. Right back out on top. They go to Stafford on the left wing now. Jackson in the paint. Marudas turns, bounce pass in to Hagee. Goes out of bounds. Last touching by Williamson Wolfpack. Cavaliers have the basketball. 2.5 left in this first overtime period. Pressure all over the floor by the Williamson Wolfpack. Pressure broken, and a pass across the timeline to Steve Vaughn. He leaves it there for Jerry Robertson. They find Jason Gwynn. Gwynn pulls up on the dribble, sends it back to Robertson, near side. Basketball chased down by Chris Vaughn, standing on the left wing. High over his head, sends the pass in the corner to Clyde Bevins, back to Chris Vaughn. Jumper for threes and air ball loose on the floor. Picked off by the Williamson Wolfpack. Here they come quickly on the attack. Up the floor. Brett Morgan's going to be fouled from behind by Chris Vaughn. That'll be Chris Vaughn's 3rd personal foul. I think Chris Vaughn, a little frustrated with himself, took the shot probably a little early, and then down the floor, he makes the reach-in foul from behind. Brett Morgan will go to the line. He averages 7 points on the season. He's not scored this afternoon. He didn't score in the quarterfinal, had 6 points in the semifinal. Brett Morgan, a 5'10 senior, 1 plus the bonus. Right-hander, good. 59-58. The lead is 1. It belongs to the blue and gold of Greenbrier West. The maroon and white of Williamson looking to tie, and they do. Brett Morgan, 2 crucial free throws. Tied at 59. Up the floor. Basketball loose. Taken away by Greenbrier West. They get it to Steve Vaughn. He's going to miss the shot, but he's going to be fouled. They'll call a personal on Doug Jackson. Jackson picks up his 3rd. Big Steve Vaughn went to the hardwood hard that time, but he gets up. He's all right.
That ball was up for grabs right in front of us. Stafford for Williamson and a Greenbrier West player jumped up. They both hit the ball, and then they got it down to Steve Vaughn, who took it up, and now he has 2 free throws.
Steve Vaughn, 6'5" and a senior. 4 points in the afternoon. First opportunity from the line. He has 2 shots coming here, makes the first. 60-59. Cavaliers by a point. We're in the first overtime. 2:02 left in that. Steve Vaughn ready again. big number 25. Makes them both. The left-hander good at the line. 61-59. Inside 2 minutes left in this first overtime. Brett Morgan with the basketball for Williamson. Outside, they'll get it over the left wing to Stafford. Back to Morgan. Morgan, couple of dribbles, looks, brings it on the right wing to Jackson. Jackson sends it right back out on top to Brett Morgan. A minute 45 left. We're in overtime number 1. 61-59 your score. Greenbrier West with the lead. Williamson with the basketball. Jackson down on the corner right side. They go to Stafford. Back it comes to Hagee. Hagee dumps it down low along the corner. Jackson drives, misses, rebound, loose. Picked up by Hagee. Tries to take it up. He's going to be fouled. It happened on the floor, so he'll go to the line on the 1-and-1. Personal foul will be called. Jerry Robertson, his second personal foul, happened on the floor. So Hagee goes on 1 plus the bonus. Michael Hagee. He's made 3 in a row this afternoon. Left-hander, good. Michael Hagee has not had a field goal since the second quarter, but he's had 5 free throws. He's 5 of 7 from the line in the second half. Left-hander, good again. And we're tied again at 61. A minute 27 left in the first overtime. Inbounds play comes to Jerry Robertson. Robertson across the timeline. Reverses the dribble, takes it right back outside. Looks at the clock, says a minute 20. Still continues to dribble. Look and gets the timeout from John Estep Sr. on the far side. A minute 16 left to be played in this first overtime, and John Estep was doing everything in the world to get that timeout, Jeff Jenkins.
He jumped right up there. He also made a change at halftime, too, and took off his glasses. But I'm sure he can still see. But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategy he sets. You know, the tables are turned exactly, Fred, the way it was at the end of regulation. Williamson had the basketball with the time, with the tie. And now Greenbrier West has the basketball with the time, with the tie. Let's see what they do.
A minute 16 left in this first overtime, tied at 61. We were tied at 57 at the end of regulation. And the great attempt by Williamson went awry. John Estep explaining exactly what he wants his troops to do. This is the Class AA title game. Behind the bench on the far side of the Greenbrier West Cavaliers is our own Kyle Wiggs. Kyle.
Well, Fred, Greenbrier West, they're not going to hold for one shot, but they will patiently work their offense. He told his inside players not to clog up the lanes. If Clyde Bevins or Chris Vaughn gets a chance to drive, they want to make sure there's some real estate in there for them to work in. He said, don't clog up the lane, hold the ball, wait for a patient shot, wait for the right shot, but they're not going to run the clock all the way down unless they can absolutely hold it for the last shot.
Let's see what happens. Jerry Robertson gets it into big Steve Vaughn right in front of us. He hands it right back to Jerry. A minute 10 left in the first overtime. Jerry Robertson will go down to the lane, leave the bounce pass. Steve Vaughn scores. Oh, nice pass. Nice pass from the weak side. Steve Vaughn cutting in, scored the 2. Great assist from Jerry Robertson. 63-61. Greenbrier West leads by 2. 55 seconds left in the first overtime. Joe Stafford with the basketball on the left wing. Sent it back top of the circle to Lawrence Wilkerson. They'll get it to Jackson on the right side. To Wilkerson. Top of the key. Back to Jackson. Down low they look for Hagee. Couldn't find him. They get it to Stafford. Jumping for 3. No good. Rebound comes back to Stafford. Drives. Has his shot blocked. Loose in the air. Pulled down by Greenbrier West. The Cavaliers, Jason Gwynn's going to be fouled. They'll call it on Robbie Marudas with 35 seconds left in this first overtime.
Steve Vaughn, Big Steve, got his left paw up there, Fred, and knocked it back down. Stafford took the 3. The ball came right back to him. He took it to the baseline, shot it, and Big Steve Vaughn put his hand up, batted the ball away, and he just gave his big brother, or his small brother, a wink of the eye.
We come down to the left end of the floor, and Jason Gwynn, who has 13 points in the game. He's 0 of 2 from the line. He has 1 plus the bonus looking at him here in overtime. His team on top by 2. Jason Gwynn. Right-hander, no good. Off the iron, rebound, loose on the floor, picked up by Greenbrier West. They bring it back out to Steve Vaughn. 30 seconds left to be played in the overtime, and we got another foul. This time it's going to be called on Lawrence Wilkerson. Lawrence Wilkerson will pick up his second personal foul. And at the free throw line will be Chris Vaughn. And Chris Vaughn has not been there this afternoon. 29 seconds left in the first overtime. 63-61 your score. Greenbrier West has the lead. David Hatfield wants a timeout. Hatfield will have one more timeout left Greenbrier West still has 2.
Let's recap what happened to give Greenbrier West this lead. As Kyle mentioned during the last timeout, they were not going to hold it for a final shot, but they were going to try to keep the lanes unclogged. So Robertson took it in the middle, and then Big Steve Vaughn went to the hole, and it was a beautiful bounce pass. And Vaughn took it up and in, and then Williamson got it down. Stafford took a 3. It came off the rim. Stafford got the offensive board. He went in, and there was Steve Vaughn again to block the shot, giving his club the ball back.
A wonderful crowd this afternoon at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, being treated to some great basketball. Behind the Williamson bench on the far side, Kyle Wiggs.
Well, back inside the Williamson huddle, Coach Hatfield says, look, they'll miss for us. They'll miss for us. Box out. Just grab your man and box him out. Get the ball. If they do happen to score, get down the floor quickly. He says we've got 1 timeout left. If they miss the free throw, let's save it and set up a last shot opportunity. If they make the free throw, then get back, run the offense quickly, and if you score, then use the timeout.
Chris Vaughn has 18 points in the game. First opportunity from the free throw line. Possession arrow in case of a timeout or a tie-up is pointing the direction of the Wolfpack. Williamson has 1 timeout left. Greenbrier West has 2. Chris Vaughn at the line. 1 plus the bonus. The right-hander calmly shoots, misses, rebound. Williamson, Joe Stafford with 25 seconds left. The Pack with an opportunity, this time down the floor. Lawrence Wilkerson into the front court. He'll stop top of the circle, go left side to Stafford. Stafford dribbling, 15 seconds off the glass. Good! Joe Stafford ties it up at 63. 10 seconds left in the first overtime. Robertson up the floor to Gwynn. And we're going to get a timeout with 5.6 seconds left in the first overtime. Wow.
That was Joe Stafford that time. Both Stafford and Hagee wanted the basketball. Hagee was pointing to himself. Give it to me, give it to me. But Stafford went ahead and took it in and used the glass to perfection to bank it in.
Joe Stafford has 18 points in the game, and those last 2 were real big. 63-63 our score. 5.6 seconds left. We're already in the first overtime. This one to decide the Class AA title. It's going to be interesting to see what John Estep comes up with.
5 seconds, almost 6 seconds, a long time, and they have the ball in their own half court, so they don't have to bring it all the way up.
Both teams still have a timeout left, so I'm sure John Estep is telling his crew, if you can't get it in, you still got that timeout. Behind their bench is Kyle Wiggs.
Get it to a guard, one of the guards, get the penetration, put a shot up like that, and send the big boys, namely the Vaughn boys, to the boards if they miss. But they're going to get it to a guard and try and get some initial penetration and get a shot off in that regard.
All right, they'll have Jerry Robertson as the inbounder, so that means probably Jason Gwynn or Chris Vaughn's going to take that shot.
And the inbounds pass of all importance because Williamson has that quickness.
Here we come, Jerry Robertson. Gets set, he takes the basketball from Mr. Wooten. He looks, he gets it into Gwynn. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They get it up the floor to Steve Vaughn, 1.2, and we'll never get a shot away. We got double overtime. Wowee, let's play 3 more minutes. What do you say? We were tied at 57 at the end of regulation. We played 3 minutes, we're tied at 63. Each team picking up 6 points in the first overtime period. We're going to play 3 more. We may be playing 3 more this time when it's time for the AAA championship tonight. Neither team giving in to the other one, Jeff.
You know, if we can look at the emotions here a little bit, Fred, I think going into the initial overtime, the momentum was on the side of Greenbrier West because they had stopped Williamson and their chance to win the game. This time it was Williamson who came back and scored a bucket to tie it and just stopped Greenbrier West, and West missed 2 1-and-1s. And now you look at the Williamson cheering section, and they're going crazy like they've won the game.
Well, you go back to our pregame show, and John Estep Sr. said, hey, our key to winning today was we must hit the foul shots down the stretch. They've not been able to really do that, especially in the very late stages of this basketball game. And we're going to jump it up again to see who gets control of the basketball game. We're going to add a timeout to each team. Each team will have 2 timeouts left. And we'll let you know on the possession arrow here in just a minute. Michael Hagee will jump it against Clyde Bevins. Hagee ready to go. Bevins ready to go. Mr. Wooten with the basketball in the air. We got double overtime started, and again, Greenbrier West controls the tip. So the possession arrow will belong to Williamson. Let's see what West does with it. They get it to Clyde Bevins, and just like the first overtime, they open it up with an easy layup. Clyde Bevins scored it. He's got 12 points in the game. Top of the circle, the Williamson Wolfpacks. Lawrence Wilkerson sends it over to Jackson. Down in the corner to Hagee. They'll work it back. Top of the key to Joe Stafford. Near side now to Jackson. In the paint, they get it to Marudas. Turns, shoots, misses. Rebound tipped out long. It's going to be safe. No, it's going out of bounds. Last touching the pack. So the Greenbrier West Cavaliers will have control of the basketball. Leading by 2, 2:28. We're in double overtime. This Class AA title game. Only right, we'd be in double overtime. Robertson gets it up the floor to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn driving through, spin move through the lane, shoots and scores. Oh, Chris Vaughn did a 360 in the lane and scored the two. 67-63, 4-point lead. Stafford for three, scores. Joe Stafford hit the three-pointer. 67-66, 2 minutes left in the second overtime period. Robertson with the basketball. Williamson on top by a point. They get it to Chris Vaughn. Vaughn standing to the left of the circle. Moves it over to his brother Steve, and as Steve drives, he's going to be fouled. They'll call the personal on the Williamson High School Wolfpack's Robbie Marudas, and that's number 5. Robbie Marudas will foul out of the basketball game, and boy, there's a key one gone.
He's going to come in, it looks like, with Brett Morgan. So he's giving up a little size there by getting a better ball handler. And what a three-point pressure shot by Joe Stafford, and he had nothing but the bottom of the net.
Robbie Marudas will leave with 18 points. Brett Morgan will come in. As Jeff mentioned, they lose some size. They get some senior leadership out there, and they get a pretty good ball handler in Mr. Morgan. Steve Vaughn is at the line to our left. The guy smiles all the time. Have you noticed that? All the time, Steve Vaughn smiles, and he makes the free throw. We've set a record already here in this basketball game. This is the first ever Class AA double overtime championship game. And Greenbrier West leads it by 2, 68-66. Make it 3. Steve Vaughn gets both of them, 69-66. Minute 45 left in the second overtime. A lot of time left in this game. Brett Morgan with it on the right wing. Looked in the corner to Hagee. Couldn't get it to him. Goes baseline. Hagee scores. Michael Hagee scores. Nice pass from Morgan to Hagee. 69-68. Minute 30 left. Greenbrier West with the 1-point lead and the basketball. Gwynn goes back door. Clyde Bevins. Yes, count it. Clyde Bevins. Nice backdoor pass. Wow. From Gwynn to Bevins, 71-68, 3-point lead for the Cavaliers. Morgan with it on the left wing, top of the circle to Wilkerson. They'll work it around on the near side. Stafford for 3, no good. Rebound, Hagee takes it up, no good. Rebound, Bevins for Greenbrier West, and he's going to be, well, we got a whistle and a foul. We're going to be fouled. Doug Jackson is going to be called for the foul.
That last time down offensively where Bevins got loose and went up for the 2. Hagee, who's playing the back post position, Fred, on that 2-3 zone, or on Bevins, or he's playing Bevins man-to-man, cheated up a little bit, almost tried a little double team. And Bevins took advantage of it, made the quick cut back door, and got hit with a beautiful pass to lay it up and in.
Clyde Bevins at the line. He is a perfect 4 of 4 this afternoon. He's got 14 points in the game, 1 plus the bonus. His team on top by 3, 71-68. Right-hander is good. They lead by 4, 72-68 with 1:01 left in double overtime. Clyde Bevins ready again. The 6'3 senior with the right hand connects again. And the timeout is going to be taken by the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Wow, 1:01 left. We're in double overtime. The 5-point lead for the Greenbrier West Cavaliers, 73-68. They've never been in a title game. They've never won a state title in basketball. But boy, they're knocking on the door on this Saturday afternoon in Charleston.
And where has the pendulum of momentum swung this time? I'd say it's probably over in Charmco and Greenbrier West scoring section in their bench. A lot of confidence right now after sinking those 2 free throws, giving them that 5-point lead with just 61 seconds left here in the second overtime.
We've talked a lot about the backcourt combination of Doug Jackson and Brett Morgan and Lawrence Wilkerson for Williamson. But how about Jerry Robertson and Jason Gwynn? They've done an outstanding job hanging on to the basketball amidst the pressure from Williamson and a couple of key backdoor great passes to get some great wide open layups. On the far side behind the Williamson bench is Kyle Wiggs.
Then obviously needs a couple of possessions. Coach Hatfield has told them that we've got plenty of time. There's 1 minute, 1 second left. We've got 2 timeouts left. He says, go down, try and get a quick basket, but don't call a timeout immediately. So don't waste a timeout then. If we score, jump right into a diamond trap. So that's the plan. They try to get a quick 2. They won't use one of their timeouts, and they'll immediately go into that diamond trap.
73-68. We're ready to go with the final 59 seconds of this double overtime. We may be looking at another overtime, though. Hagee drives the baseline, score the 2. Michael Hagee scores along the baseline. Baseball pass up the floor, going to be lost out of bounds. Last touching, Clyde Bevins. 73-70. Your score, the lead is 3, belongs to Greenbrier West. And Williamson has the basketball. Turnover number 16 against the Cavaliers. How crucial will that one be? Brett Morgan on the right wing. 39 seconds. Stafford for 3. Top of the key, no good. Rebound comes into the hands of big Steve Vaughn of the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Sends the pass up the floor to Jason Gwynn. Up the head. They get it to Clyde Bevins. He'll take it in. He's going to be fouled by Brett Morgan. They'll call the foul on either Morgan or Jackson. Let's see. It's going to be on Morgan, number 2. Had it been on Jackson, that would have been number 5.
Give Steve Vaughn credit again, Fred. Boy, he got that rebound down, and no one was taking the ball away from him. And then he got it out to Robertson, who got his head up and looked down for Bevins again.
And David Hatfield wants to talk it over. When play resumes, Clyde Bevins will be at the free throw line. How good is he? He's 6 of 6 so far this afternoon. It's some kind of a basketball game right now. Double-A title, 73-70, 27 seconds left. Greenbrier West leads it by 3, and it's all coming down to this. We're in double overtime. Timeouts remaining. Greenbrier West has 1. Williamson has 1. Possession arrow pointing the direction of the Williamson Wolfpack.
And as we mentioned before, never has a championship game gone into double overtime. And this is the first overtime in a championship game in any class since '86, when Stonewall and Oak Hill played in OT.
Behind the bench, Greenbrier West bench, is Kyle Wiggs.
Well, Coach Estefas told him, miss or make the free throws. Get down quickly, pick up your man. He says, doesn't matter how many picks they set, don't let them shoot a 3. If you have to double, triple team someone beyond the three-point arc, don't let them shoot the 3. He says you can give something up inside, but don't let them shoot the 3.
Another key factor certainly is don't foul them outside that three-point arc. This year, that's 3 free throws. But before we get into all of that, Clyde Bevins is going to try and give his Cavaliers a 5-point lead. He's got 2 free throws coming here. And so far this afternoon, as we mentioned, he is 6 of 6 from the charity stripe. We got some debris on the floor. They'll clean that off before Mr. Bevins gets to shoot. Clyde Bevins, a 6'3 senior, averages 15 a game, had 19 in the quarterfinal round win, had 15 yesterday. So far today, he's got 16 points. And he's looking for 17 and 18. 27 seconds left. We're in double overtime. Class AA title game. Williamson, Greenbrier West. Mr. Bevins takes the basketball. About 3 dribbles, shoots, scores. Not nervous at all.
7 for 7. All of these pressure free throws down the stretch. He's hit them.
He's ready again. Clyde Bevins with a 4-point lead now. Misses this time. Rebound. Joe Stafford to Williamson. Quickly. Here comes the Wolfpack. 22 seconds left in the game. Brett Morgan outside the three-point arc. Lets it fly. No good. Rebound. Jason Gwynn. Taken away by Doug Jackson. 15 seconds. They'll get it out to Wilkerson. Top of the circle to Stafford. 10 seconds. Lets it fly from 3. No good. Rebound. Williamson with 7 seconds. And we got a foul. Whoa. 74-70. 4-point lead for Greenbrier West. Only 6.7 seconds left in double overtime. And the foul was whistled against Greenbrier West. Chris Vaughn, his 4th. At the line shooting on 1+ the bonus will be Doug Jackson. First opportunity from the charity stripe for Doug. And the youngster is ready. 1 plus the bonus. Right-hander, no good. Rebound belongs to Greenbrier West. 4 seconds, and it's going to be lost out of bounds. It was knocked out of bounds, last touching the Cavaliers. It belongs to Williamson. 4.1 seconds left. No fouls is what Johnny Stepp is saying. They get it into Hagee. Lets it fly. No good. A horn's going to sound. You got a new AA state champion for the first time ever. The Greenbrier West Cavaliers in double overtime have defeated the Williamson High School Wolfpack. And the blue and gold jumping up and down on each and every one of them. What a game, Jeff Jenkins.
What a great championship game. Greenbrier West made it there in AA in football, did not win. The same players, all 5 starters, played on that football team. They made it in basketball, and they've won the AA state title. They're celebrating in Charmco this afternoon.
They left their dressing room before the game, and they said, we lost it in the AA title game in football. They said, we will not be denied this afternoon. Ironically enough, 7 of the first 8 players for Greenbrier West, they all play football on that team. So they are the state champions in Class AA, and leading the cheers on the far side is the guy that gave the pep talk, Kelly Vaughn.
Big brother Kelly Vaughn, and we had an opportunity to listen a little bit to that pep talk before the game. He gave his brothers and the rest of the teammates, and they used that motivation to perfection.
We've got a lot of awards to present, but we'll be back to do that. Our final score in double overtime. Greenbrier West 74, Williamson 70. We'll return to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum in a moment to recap the game after we hear from Go-Mart.
Why is Go-Mart becoming one of America's favorite convenience stores? Hi, I'm Marty McSheen, and we're taking calls. Okay, go ahead, caller. Why is Go-Mart becoming one of America's...
Because at a Go-Mart in West Virginia, an 87-year-old woman gave birth to a 2-headed alien.
What?
This is I.B. Slander of the National Innuendo.
The supermarket tabloid with all those outrageous stories?
That's correct, Marty. And I'm here to report that at a Go-Mart in Ohio, Bigfoot was captured.
Sir, that's ridiculous.
That's exactly what Jackie O said when she helped subdue him.
Sir, Go-Mart doesn't need untrue sensationalism. People go to Go-Mart because it's convenient.
Right. And that's why next year Madonna will be making a concert tour of all the Go-Marts in the country.
Sir, that's a blatant lie. Madonna is not going to do a Go-Mart concert tour.
Oh, so you cut the deal with Michael Jackson instead, huh?
What?
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
The one thing you can always expect in life is the unexpected. And that can make saving a little tough sometimes. That's why One Valley Bank offers so many ways to help you save. Everything from savings to money market accounts, CDs, IRAs. After all, when it comes to us, the one thing you can always expect is an answer. One Valley Bank. The one bank for all of West Virginia. Member FDIC. Penalties for early withdrawals from some savings plans.
Come ride with me, ride with me.
For an outstanding all-terrain vehicle, visit Bridgman Honda, RG Honda, or Mid-State Marina and take a close-up look at the Honda 4Trax 300. It's sturdy, dependable, hard-working, and great for recreation, too. That's why the 4Trax 300 is Honda's most popular ATV. Honda recommends the 4Trax 300 riders be 16 and complete a training course. Come ride with us today. Take a look at the Honda 4Trax 300 at Bridgman Honda, New Martinsville, RG Honda of Clarksburg, or Mid-State Marina, Sutton.
The College of West Virginia, formerly Beckley College, is poised on the cutting edge of higher education. With 2-year and 4-year degree programs designed for a market-driven economy, the College of West Virginia is looking for students who want a solid education. For a free music videotape which tells about the College of West Virginia, send $3.50 shipping and handling to CWV Video, Box AG, Beckley, West Virginia. That's CWV Video, Box AG, Beckley, West Virginia. Now accepting applications for summer and fall. The College of West Virginia, degrees ahead of the rest.
At the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, the awards presentations being made, and you got to be awfully happy for Johnny Stepp Sr. Never won a basketball title, and he did it with a group of guys, twin brothers, 2 sets of twins. They were together as a family, and boy, I tell you, when you talk about that, they beat a good team. All-tournament team being introduced, Musselman's Chris Orsini. He had to make it.
Whew, what a half of basketball he had, wheeling and dealing out in the middle and making shots Boy, he had this
Buffalo
crowd
Wayne High
oohing and awing.
School, Paul Robertson.
From Buffalo Wayne, Paul Robertson. He goes into surgery Monday morning at 9 a.m. to repair some torn knee cartilage that he played all year long with. The youngster, just a tremendous basketball player, certainly deserving of the All-Tournament Team Award.
From Greenbrier West High School, Clyde Bevins.
Oh, yeah? Clyde Bevins. He scored 17 points today. Had 19 in the quarterfinal win, 15 in the semifinal game.
From Bridgeport High School, Phil Northey.
What a tremendous playmaker and second guard is Phil Northey for the Bridgeport Indians. I know Bill Kearns has to be awfully happy with the play of that young man in this tournament.
All over the court.
Paul Robertson comes out to accept his award.
From Williamson High School, Joe Stafford.
Joe Stafford, named to the All-Tournament team. He had 31 points yesterday, 21 points today.
From High School, Ricky Hatfield.
Ricky Hatfield, a youngster that really turned it up for Pineville once he got back from that all-star baseball trip he made to Australia. Ricky Hatfield from Pineville named to the team.
From Greenbrier West High School, Chris Vaughn.
He had 20 points today, 25 in the quarterfinal round win, 8 in the semifinal.
From Williamson High School, Mike Hagee.
Scored the most points so far in any tournament game this year. He had 44 points. Mike Hagee finishes up today with 23 as his team comes in second. That is your Class AA All-Tournament team. The Sportsmanship Award this year went to the Pineville High School Minutemen. The Cheering Section Award went to Buffalo Wayne. The big trophy, the Class AA title, goes to the Greenbrier West Cavaliers from Charmco, West Virginia in Greenbrier County. And the smiles are as wide as the county is big, Jeff. And they beat a good team. I think that's the one thing you have to remember. They beat a real good basketball team in the Williamson High School Wolfpack. Here was a team that knew what it was to be in a state title game. They had won 5 titles previously.
And I think a couple of things that helped them, Fred. One, maybe one of the most important
And
things.
now we would like to present the individual awards to the runner-up team from Williamson High School. Please come forward at this time to receive your award. Joe Stafford.
The individual awards being given out. Each player will come up and receive his as Frank Blake
Doug
calls his
Jackson.
name.
Lawrence Wilkerson.
Boy, he'll be nice to have back next year. 5'8" junior.
Brett Morgan.
Brett Morgan, he's played his final game as a member of the Wolfpack team.
J.J. Warren.
J.J. Warren, a 6'1" junior. He'll be back next year for David Hatfield's crew. A lot of speed coming back.
Thad Allred.
That Allred is a 6-foot senior.
Stephen Watson.
Steve Watson, a junior, 6 foot tall. He'll be back next year to play for the Maroon and White of the Wolfpack from
Kevin
Mingo County.
Williams.
Kevin Williams' name has been announced. He's a 5'11" junior. He'll be back.
Jason Cather.
Jason Cather, a 6'1" junior. They got some size, some speed, some quickness coming back as well.
Robbie Barudas.
Robbie Barudas. Barudas, a 6'1" junior. He'll be back. Scored 23 points today.
Philip Watson.
Philip Watson, a junior. He'll be back next year.
Michael Hagee.
Michael Hagee, a 6'3" senior. Looks forward now to the baseball season. Great baseball player. Hit .519 last year as a junior on that baseball team for Williamson High.
And now would the team captains or coaches from Williamson High School please step forward to receive the runner-up trophy.
The runner-up trophy will make its way back to Mingo County. The Williamson High School Wolfpack head coach David Hatfield, Michael Hagee, Joe Stafford out to receive the award.
And now would the members of the Greenbrier West High School team step forward to receive their individual trophies. Bobby Gum.
Bobby Gum, a 6'2"
Joe
junior.
Whitlow.
Joe Whitlow is a junior. He'll be back.
Justin Gunder.
Justin Gunder will be back next year. He's only a junior.
Jerry Robertson.
Jerry Robertson, a junior. He's coming back next year.
Josh Odell.
Josh Odell will be back. He's a 5'8" junior.
Clyde Bevins.
Clyde Bevins, who's played his last game, scored 17 today. Remember the all-tournament team. Jason Gwynn, he's a junior. He'll be back. He has his backcourt back next year.
Reed.
Jay Reed, a 6'3" junior. You get a lot of playing
Claude
time.
Bevins.
Claude Bevins, of course, a senior.
Chris Vaughn.
Chris Vaughn, a senior, had 20 points today.
Mike Gabbard.
Mike Gabbard had 10 points. He's a senior.
And Steve Vaughn.
And Steve Vaughn. Tough to hold back the emotion. The youngster still got the smile on his face, though. He had 10 points today.
And now, with much pride and pleasure, we present the Class AA West Virginia Boys Basketball Championship Trophy and game ball to Greenbrier West High School.
Greenbrier West, the Cavaliers, the 1992 Class AA state champion. They hold the trophy high in the air. John Estep smiling as he took the trophy from the Board of Appeals members. And we're going to have an opportunity to talk to him. We'll return to Charleston in a moment with a final comment. This is the Metro News Radio Network.
Thank you for participating in the award ceremonies, and our sincere thanks to everyone for being a part of this 1992 Boys Basketball Championship here at the Civic Center. Class Single A Championship game in approximately 30 minutes.
Back at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, we're at courtside with victorious head coach John Estep Sr. And John, you got a big smile on your face, buddy.
Boy, it took a long time to get us on there, though, because, boy, was I everywhere in that ball game.
You told us coming into this ball game this afternoon that one of the real keys for you was to hitting the free throws down the stretch. In the overtime periods alone, your boys were 7 of 12. Clyde Bevins was 3 of 4, and that was some crucial free throws that they made.
That's true. It was crucial in the overtimes. But one thing about that I want to mention, too, in the regulation there, we missed about 4 or 5 in a row that one stretch, or we'd have never gone to overtime. But you're exactly right. Down the stretch, after we went into that overtime there, Clyde stepped up there and drilled him in there, and I'll give him a lot of credit. That 3 out of 4 really helped.
Coming into this basketball game, you come in with some injuries, and of course I know no coach would make an excuse because every team has to play with whatever cards are dealt to them, but you had a couple of key individuals that were nursing some sore ankles. I thought they played extremely well today.
That's right. The 2 outstanding scorers on their team were both ankle problems, Claude Bivens and Chris Vaughn. They're my leading scorers, and both of them were hobbled, but they did. They went out there, and I know they would hurt him, but they played an outstanding basketball game.
A young man that doesn't score a lot of points all the time. He's one of the big wide bodies in there, takes up a lot of room, and really gets the job done. Steve Vaughn had another great game this afternoon.